What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Today is Thanksgiving for my friends in the United States. I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving, but I wanted to follow it up with this little sneaky peek that EXO-6 seems to have done today. They've put their pre-order window out for Quark, the Ferengi from Deep Space Nine Star Trek series. Now, I didn't even get a notification. I actually had a community member reach out to me to be like, have you seen this, Ben? And I hadn't. So shout out to you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm really excited about this release. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe for me. Let's take a look at some Ferengi ears and let's get into it. Okay, so like I mentioned in the intro, guys, Deep Space Nine, Quark specifically, the Ferengi, is one of my favorite characters from that show, to be honest. Ferengis are always so driven by profit, and I always liked them as a species. Obviously, they were showcased in Star Trek The Next Generation, but Quark specifically became more popular, I would say, in the Deep Space Nine franchise as this kind of sleuthy bartender who ends up always being kind of at odds with the security chief on the station and a couple other characters, but you end up kind of loving him by the end of the show. At least I did anyways. I thought he was a really unique character. I thought his development as a character was really good, and I always liked the look of Ferengis. They looked very alien with their big ears and bald heads and unique, very colorful outfits. EXO-6 has done a great job here, in my opinion, capturing the likeness of the character and giving us another figure that's an alien from Star Trek, and doing it really, really well, in my opinion. Now, of course, this is the prototype. Final results may vary, it's hard to know, but I would say for the most part, a lot of what EXO-6 has shown us in terms of their prototype images have ended up coming to fruition with their final products. In fact, I don't know if there's ever much of a difference between them. Let me know in the chat below if you guys have noticed much of a downgrade between pre-order and final. Hard to say. Unlike some of the companies that we deal with 6 scale otherwise, I haven't seen that as much with EXO-6. Now, obviously, they've put a lot of love and time into the outfit and tailoring on Quark here. This looks exactly what I would think of in terms of outfit when I think of Quark. The colorful pattern, the squares. Clearly there's been some time and effort put into the research, the material choice, the color selection, and kind of all of the above that goes into bringing this character to life. I love the way that the ears have a little bit of transparency. It looks like real cartilage. I think that's kind of impressive. I also really like the expression on the face. He's, again, a sleuthy character, and you can see that he's got a little bit of cheekiness behind those eyes. It doesn't give you that kind of deadpan stare like we get with other figures out there, and I feel like likeness when it comes to alien characters, similar to what we saw with Saru from Discovery, you can give it a bit of flexibility, and it still really looks like the character because it's not a human face, which is also a little bit different. Now, I would say the price on this one is a bit of a tougher nut to swallow. Let's be honest. I mean, $215 plus $25 flat rate shipping. The pre-order window end date is December the 15th, 2022. Now, the estimated delivery timeline for the figure is the second quarter of 2023. So it's coming pretty quickly, especially since it's a new body, new head sculpt, kind of new everything. They can't really pull from anything else that they've done so far, so I can understand why the price would be a little bit higher. I didn't like that the previous figure we saw, the Kirk, came with virtually no accessories. This guy does come with a little bit more. He comes with his personal access display device, or pad, in the Ferengi style. He comes with some gold-pressed latinum. Now, that's Quark's, or honestly most Ferengi, but Quark specifically's favorite substance. And he includes 3 bars of this gold-pressed latinum in varying sizes. Very cool. The Book of Acquisition, which, of course, illustrates some of the rules that Ferengis follow, because again, they are always focused on profit, and the Book of Acquisition gives them some, rules to live by that keep them a little close to the mark for sure in terms of law abiding, but also create a bit of a culture for Ferengi, right? Rules to follow, kind of their acquisition vibe. Now from the photo, the Book of Acquisition looks like it might have blank pages. Hard to say, doesn't really show. I'm hoping that there's at least some content in the book, but even if it's just the book with some pages that are blank, I think it's still kind of a cool accessory, especially if you know what it is. And then lastly, same with what we've seen with the other EXO-6 figures, we're getting that hexagonal display base, which at least matches the line. So if you're planning on getting all of the figures that EXO-6 comes out with, you'll have some pretty unique consistency there. Now the other thing that I think is a little bit kind of cool to see, which we don't see on very many figures, even honestly a lot of female characters, is painted nails on the hands. I think that's kind of cool. That is something that Quark had in the show, and I like that they included it. It's a detail that they probably could have skipped on, but didn't, so I appreciate that. I also see here in the image that shows everything that the figure comes with, it does show that the Book of Acquisition says on the picture that it's not final. So again, going back to my concern of it being potentially blank pages, maybe that concern will be washed away once we have it in hand. Remains to be seen. Now, is this a figure that we should pick up as collectors? In my opinion, if you're a Star Trek fan, this is a buy for me. Not only because it's Quark and he's an iconic character for Deep Space Nine, but because I want to collect the Next Generation line, and Ferengi and Quark show up in the Next Generation, so I can kind of fit them into that display for me. But what I really want to support here is EXO-6 going down the line of alien characters. We get enough human characters in our collection, let's be honest, especially with all the different figure types that we collect from all the different companies. And I think EXO-6, one of their strongest features so far as a company is that their aliens look really, really good. I can't wait to see a Klingon, and I know Klingons are coming. I can't wait to see potentially a Cardassian, or a Vulcan, or even a Romulan. I know that they're a little bit close in their design, but we've seen Spock. I want to see some Romulans. Some of their outfits are pretty badass. I know also Nanjen has said that we're not going to see Borg drones, but I'm still really hoping that he changes his mind on that one, because to go with Locutus, I think Borg drones are a necessity. Borgs are one of my favorite aliens, because there are multiple species under that equipment, which I think is very, very cool. But from what I'm seeing here in the prototype images, I would honestly give this guy one of the best likenesses and ratings that I've given so far to EXO-6. This is a Bravo EXO-6 figure for me. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 based on what I'm seeing in the prototype images. I really hope that the final comes out just as strong, if not stronger, but this will be a buy for me, 100%. I want a Ferengi in the collection behind me. I think that's really freaking cool. But I'm keeping this video short today, guys, because we're tight on time. And I know everybody in the States, at least, are celebrating their Thanksgiving this weekend. So again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's listening from the States. And if you're not in the States and you're just out there looking at cool stuff today, tell me what your thoughts are on this figure. Are you thinking about picking it up? Are you going to add this to your Star Trek collection? Or do you not necessarily care about Quark and you're going to pass on it? Why or not? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. But if you liked the video, guys, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next EXO-6 preview video. Have a great day, everybody.